In the following interview, Succession Link account manager Diana Cabrices interviews Charles Buell from LPL Financial on the sale of $19 million in assets under management.
Well, Chuck, I'm so happy to have you here on the line with me today, and I'm really excited for you that you ended up finding the right candidate to purchase your book of business. Can you tell me how you found out about Succession Link?
It was either through the internet or possibly LPL has a succession department. They might have referred you to me. They also referred several candidates. The one that came up was through you.
Great. Do you remember when you first engaged with this person, Chuck?
Well, it was at least 6 months and maybe a year ago.
Right. I believe you've had your account with us for over a year. Am I right?
Yeah.
Were there any surprises when negotiating the buy-sell agreement or the down payment or your responsibilities after the fact? Any surprises there?
Well, actually, I had almost sold my practice 2 other times to 2 other LPL brokers, and they both left the business just before signing on the dotted line. And
Wow.
Even though I had almost sold it twice, every time is new. You know, the price I wanted is pretty much fixed to what I got. But, you know, the negotiations are always different. One size does not fit all.
Understood. Now, you said that you got the purchase price ended up being close to what you were looking for?
Yeah.
Could you share a little bit of information there? Were you looking for any specific multiplier?
Well, I was looking for 2 times gross. And basically the way we came out with it is that I took about 20% down, and then the rest paid out over 5 years.
Great. Now, being paid out over 5 years, does that depend on the transfer of accounts, or is there anything else there you could tell us?
Well, it's 30% of the revenues. So if the accounts leave and the revenues die off, then I'm not going to get as much, if they go up. Also, I help him out for the first year, introducing him to my clients and handling my accounts and meeting with the clients and things like that.
Okay, so it's a 5-year buyout term length then, and depending on revenues. Okay, so what does life look like for you over this transition period of 5 years?
Like the first year, I'll be kind of busy working with the new financial advisor and myself and introducing him to my clients and setting up meetings and things like that. And then after that, I think things ought to go pretty smoothly.
Great. So I'm guessing you're pretty optimistic then about the relationship that this person will be building with all of your clients, right?
Yes. He's young and energetic, and I think he'll do good. He's been in the business for over 10 years. He was a wholesaler at one time, and so he knows the ropes and has a good personality, and I think he'll get along well with my clients.
Great. That's super important for everybody. Now, you stayed with LPL, which is very ideal if you're already with them, but did you get, contacted by anybody else with any other broker-dealers that you had maybe considered?
Oh, yes. Actually, the person that bought my practice was with another broker-dealer, and he said he would move over to LPL. You know, he was with a much smaller broker-dealer, and he decided he would move on over to LPL.
Excellent. Now, after the transition period, what are you planning on doing, with your retirement? Do you have any big plans, Chuck?
Nothing right now. I figure I'll take one step at a time.
There you go, one step at a time.
We've also negotiated if I want to stay on and work, then we can figure out how to get paid on that.
There's so many different ways you can go about it. That's excellent. And what piece of advice would you give to other advisors that are where you were before you joined the Succession Link community?
Each person's got to decide on their own what fits them. With me, I wanted somebody that have about the same amount of business as I do. So the number one, he could afford to take over my practice, and number 2, he would be interested in growing it.
So really just knowing what you have so you can find the best match.
Yeah, if it's too small, it's not going to work. If it's too big, it's not going to work.
That's excellent. Well, I just want to say thanks, Chuck, for joining the call today. Thanks for sharing your story and giving us a little bit of details there on your deal terms. I know other people in the community are really appreciative of that. And I wish you all the best with your retirement. It was a pleasure working with you.
Well, thank you. And I enjoyed working with you, too. Thank you.
Great. Thanks, Chuck. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay.